Alright, hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Crypto, Coffee and LoFi. Just taking a look at the majors here as well as Step, XRP and Curve. If you watched the previous episode, you'll know that I'm bullish on the higher timeframes. There's no reason the daily, weekly H4 is coming to an end. But I think we are due for a little bit of a temporary retrace here. So I'm going to go over the short position that I took this morning, why I took that position, and then obviously we'll go over everything else here. So starting off with ETH, moving above the all-time high to start the week wasn't really the best sign, like I explained in the previous episode. If we start Monday pre-London off really bullish and see a decent sized rally, then the chances are that we're going to see some kind of retracement headed into the mid to end week, which I think is what we're getting here. Obviously, I could be wrong, so I'm just playing the setup as it is and playing the setup as I see it. So if you're new here, I'm just using the same pattern to find accumulation and distribution. I'm using that same pattern to find support and resistance, and then that same pattern again as an entry trigger. So what is that pattern? Think of a head and shoulders. So you look for a sweep of a level, then you look for the low that's responsible for taking that high to fail, so we break below right here, and then we look for the same pattern again once price returns. So sweeping out that high, breaking above right here. Now this is just the basis for the base for the whole strategy itself. So taking out the high, breaking below, taking out this high, breaking below, and the entry. This is all posted on Twitter too, so feel free to go and check that out. Entry around 4,800 there. So I'm going to stick in my position. As it stands, there's no reason to really be looking for lower time frame longs. I think we are due for a little bit more of a retrace. So we took out all of these lows. So technically we are in an ideal situation to see some accumulation. So now that we've taken a bunch of liquidity, if we do see some manipulation and accumulation, we could then see an upside move. But until we see it, then I think this down move is going to continue. So what would that accumulation look like? So I'm going to stick in my shorts until I see the accumulation. This is what I would need to see. I need to see a break and close above this level. And then once we revisit this range here, I would then like to see the same pattern form again. If we do get something like that, then I'll look to take my shorts off the board. So higher picture though, you can go back and look at the previous episodes and on Twitter. These are all the levels that I've been calling. So using the same strategy again, sweeping out a low, breaking above a high, then sweeping out a low and breaking above a high. We haven't, since the decent sized breakout here, retested it. So I think if we do continue to see some distribution here, I wouldn't be surprised if we come down and retest this level. Maybe you could argue that this high here on the H1 or H4 was actually the highest responsible for taking this low. So maybe we get a retrace, just not as far as this level. So keeping an eye out for that as well. So lower time frame, short position. Obviously, I'm still in all my old positions. I'm still long Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Sol. So now Bitcoin. We've taken out the previous all-time high that we formed last week or the week before. We took it out, and then we started to see some distribution. So wiping out this high, then breaking above the low, or breaking below the low. Then once we retest, we're forming the same pattern again here. So no close below yet. Not really confident in a short here on Bitcoin. I think I'm more confident in what is set up on Ethereum. But if we break below here and then see some more confirmation that we could see some downside, then I may look to get short, but I'm not totally sure yet. Since this breakout, we haven't tested any of this resistance turn support. So the market, in my opinion, is bullish as long as retest this resistance turn support here. After taking these lows, we see some accumulation. So something like this. Taking out these lows and then some accumulation. And then once we return to this range here, accumulation again. And of course, my whole temporary bearish bias is wrong on the lower time frames here. I would like to see some kind of sweep of this level, maybe even this level, followed by some reaccumulation. But just playing the chart as I see it. For now, the M15 and the M5 are looking bearish. CRV, looking for a deeper retrace on this. So we swept out all of these lows here and we haven't come back to test the actual candle that took those levels. Now, I'm not going to explain this concept in detail here, so if you want to know more, click the link in the description below, pick up a copy of this strategy. I was expecting a move at this high, but unfortunately we didn't get it, which is fine. So I think we do retrace a little deeper into this level. Something like this would be good enough for me to enter longs into all-time highs. XRP, nothing has really changed here. Like I explained in the previous episode, the higher time frames is extremely bullish, sweeping out lows, breaking above highs, sweeping out lows, breaking above highs, and then again retesting some demand and then reaccumulating. So I'm already in a position from a little lower, from around $1.12, $1.13. So if we come back down into this bullish zone and then reaccumulate, I'll look to add to that position. But if not, I'm happy with the position size that I have at the moment. Step. So sweeping these lows, breaking above the high, breaking above right here. And then as we return, we form the same pattern again. Now, if we jump onto the M15, you can see we're just forming the same pattern again here. Breaking above the high and then returning. So I have a tutorial how to use traditional charting patterns with the easy in, easy out. So if you haven't seen that, go and check it out. But essentially, I do like to use triangles and trend lines and things like that, as long as they're in line with these levels of accumulation. So if we can get a retest of this level, and it sits in line with the trend line that we have drawn here, then it should be a good long opportunity into $1.30 or even all the way up into $1.60. Alright, so I'm going to conclude the episode there. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe. Back to the normal schedule. I will see you guys on Friday. Enjoy the rest of your day.